Destiny has just received its last major expansion in the form of the Rise of Iron, and if the queue times to get into the game on launch day are anything to go by, then the game is still very popular amongst players. At one point on PS4 the queues were above 400,000, and if you believe the stats floating around, Destiny still has millions and millions of active users each week. I do like the game though, even though I don't really cover it much on YouTube, and I've recently blasted through the Rise of Iron story missions and various new activities. I like the fact that Destiny is so varied and there are so many things to do, with lots of depth in the character setup, progression and loot system. I also really enjoy the raids. The idea of having unique enemies that require team play and actual puzzle solving is something that I don't think a lot of AAA first person multiplayer shooters really have anymore. My problem of course is that while I am fine playing the game on PS4, the FOV and frames per second means that I really can't enjoy the game over long periods of time. The low field of view really is a big issue for me and lots of other players. I only really pick the game back up again when there's new content out for it. Before last week when the new stuff came out, the last time I played it was when The Taken King was released, and that was over a year ago now. But today we've got some interesting news on the horizon. Multiple sources are suggesting, or shall we say leaking, the information that Destiny 2, which is yet unannounced but believed to be coming next year, is going to be making its way to PC. Kotaku posted an article saying that multiple sources have confirmed a PC version to be in existence, and this goes well with an article posted around a year ago by Polygon saying that Destiny were looking for a PC compatibility test. Why would they be looking for one of those? Now of course this is unconfirmed right now, we do have to take it with a pinch of salt, but just to join their ranks for the purpose of today's video, so many news websites have run this now, and also Kotaku are usually pretty solid when it comes out with these stories of things, so for the interest of this, let's assume that this is the case and these leaks and rumours are true and Destiny 2 is indeed coming out on PC next year. For someone like me who's predominantly a PC player, this is music to my ears. I get the benefits of playing Destiny without the drawbacks that the current consoles have. For a start, we get to use mouse and keyboard. For me personally, that's much more enjoyable for long-time gaming sessions. We would also get, you would assume, a much higher frames per second and field of view, which would be the dream. Right now I just can't stand to grind the game on PS4, but if you gave me a PC copy of the game running at over 100 FPS with a better field of view, I could easily see me playing it every single day. That could just be jumping on with friends to play some strikes or doing the Crucible for a bit in PvP, maybe looking for the mysteries and Easter eggs that Bungie adds in. I would happily put a lot of time into it. And speaking of mysteries, the weapon that you're seeing here now is called the Outbreak Prime, if you don't recognise it. It's a new exotic pulse rifle that's unlocked by completing some Phantom Program level shit. And the footage is courtesy of a very lovely chap called Story Machine, and he's posted a guide up on his YouTube channel on how to get this weapon if you're interested in that, and I've linked it down in the description below. So back on topic, if Destiny 2 did come out on PC, there were a few things that it would 100% need, so I thought I'd go into those now just in case. We're a picky lot of PC gamers. So some of the things that the PC community would want in this game: raw mouse input, mouse acceleration off or on options, an unlocked field of view or at least 90 field of view, and an unlocked frame rate, and also dedicated servers for PvP. If it gets all that, then to be honest with you, I'm already sold. The content recently for the game has been very good, apart from Rise of Iron in my opinion. Rise of Iron had used a lot of content that was already in the game, rehashed strikes, locations. I think that it's got a lot to do with the fact that the majority of the studio is now working on Destiny 2, at least that's what I hope. Rise of Iron was just okay, in my opinion, with a few cool areas, and the raid isn't even that challenging either. So back to this article that was posted. It also says that Bungie are looking to start afresh with the sequel. They want Destiny 2 to feel like a brand new game rather than just a Taken King-like expansion, even if that means leaving old characters behind. Now I imagine some people would be pretty upset by this if you spend hundreds and hundreds of hours building your character up, but honestly I think having a fresh start in a second game would make for the best experience. That way no one has a jump start, everyone can pick up the game and not already be behind. Perhaps some things though could come across, especially for players who've already pumped in days and days of grind, but quite what that would be, I don't know. Being realistic, I definitely think they'll add some kind of reward for long-time Destiny players, but maybe that's just something cosmetic rather than an insane piece of gear. We shall see. Another thing that this article points out is a new term called play-in destinations. It says that Destiny 2 would attempt to revamp how Destiny's planet system would work. They would aim to have planets feel more populated and alive with towns, outposts and quests that are more interesting than just your standard patrol missions. This sounds far better to me, and from that description I'm getting a picture of like Skyrim or Fallout settlements in my head, scattered around each planet from place to place. At the moment, patrol missions are just really boring and grindy, and yes, I know Destiny is all about the grind, but a bit more variety and substance cannot be a bad thing. And this sounds like a step towards a more RPG based model for the game, but if it makes quests and doing missions more fun, then I'm fine with that. Now, I've said in this video why I think Destiny 2 would be fantastic on PC, but on the flip side, I do have to mention a couple of downsides. Destiny players on Reddit seem to be a bit upset that the game could be heading to PC, but for the most part, I think it's a great thing for the game. More player base is only a good thing, but there's a couple of points that I think have to be addressed here. The first one is data mining, and it's a bit of an issue on PC, and I've come across it a lot with the search for Battlefield 4 Easter eggs. If the game is on PC, it does mean that you cannot stop people from extracting and searching through the game files if they're good enough. You can make it hard and try to hide stuff, but data miners are very intelligent and relentless, and if it's in there, they'll find it and eventually work it out. This then has the potential of exposing secrets or unfinished or upcoming content in the game. You know, things that are found naturally by the players or meant to be saved and released for a future update. Even though this is a concern, I would hope that Bungie would take some steps to prevent this as best they can. I hope so anyway, because some of the magic of Destiny is working out some of the more complicated quests, puzzles and Easter eggs. And of course, another big problem with multiplayer gaming on PC: cheats. If Destiny 2 comes out on PC, there will be cheats. I imagine ways to edit your gear stats, wall hacks, aimbots, etc. You know the drill. You can mitigate it with excellent anti-cheats. For example, I think Fairfight is doing a pretty good job in the Battlefield games, but anti-cheats are not preemptive, they are reactive, and as such there will always be one or two cheaters that slip through the net or are allowed to play for a while before they're detected and banned. I'm optimistic that Bungie could create some excellent anti-cheat software though. So overall, I'm extremely excited for a new Destiny game, and even more excited that it could be coming to PC. I agree that it could bring with it a few caveats, but hopefully they could be controlled and PC players can finally have a game like Destiny, because right now there's nothing quite like it on PC, and there's a massive audience in the market there for people who don't have consoles waiting to get their hands on a game like this. And there we have it, that's all for today folks. Do let me know your comments down below. If you're a PC only player, would you get your hands on Destiny 2 or not? And console players, how do you feel about this? As always, thank you for watching guys. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next one.